My name is Sophie Knox and I'm an environmental microbiologist in the environmental microbiology department within Norbrook, and we monitor the environmental surroundings of the suites that produce sterile and non-sterile products. One of the things I like most about Norbrook is the people I work with. It is very much a team environment and team community. We all have a great relationship and we work really well together every day. I originally started off with a career in nursing, and then I went back to university and did a degree in stratified medicine from Ulster University. I finished in 2020 and I then took up a role in a PCR lab for poultry and pigs, and then I applied for my position here at the end of last year for Norbrook. So the suites where the pharmaceuticals are produced have to meet a certain level of environmental cleanliness from European and American standards, because we supply to both European and American markets. So those are monitored through a range of viable and non-viable monitoring, whereby they're tested through personnel samples, air samples, the surface samples and settle plates within each of the suites when there is non-aseptic and aseptic filling of products within Norbrook. We are responsible for identifying any types of bacteria and contamination on these plates that come back to us into the lab from the shifts where they're producing the pharmaceuticals. My typical day at work is I go into the environmental microbiology lab and log in to check my emails for correspondence from other departments and check the departmental targets for the day. I then head down to the incubator and check for the shifts of plates that have to come up after their 72-hour incubation. The rest of the day is then verifying all types of environmental monitoring data, including shifts and non-viable, including particle counts and air velocities. Outside of the day-to-day tasks, there are other opportunities to progress in other areas. For example, we get given standard operating procedures, which are the guidelines that rule everything in Norbrook. We get the opportunity to edit and make our own contribution to those as well. There is also opportunities to increase technical skills with the likes of our identification through microbiology techniques that up until now I have had no experience with. For someone coming into this job, you'd need a Bachelor of Science in a scientific discipline. I have a Bachelor of Science in Stratified Medicine from Ulster University. It is primarily human-based, but the skills were translation across to this job. From my time in the job here, I've noticed that there are certain personality traits that fit this job role. For example, good problem-solving skills. Problems crop up at times during the day that we don't expect, and they have to be dealt with on the spot. Also, good attention to detail, as we have to check all the environmental data that comes through our lab. And also it does seem to be a common trait that we all love animals and have experience with the use of Norbrook's products and how important they are to animal health.